No, I'm Nirvair Khalsa, and here we are in the month of December, and we're continuing our theme working with the pituitary gland, working with the glandular system so we can go through the seasonal change, because we're just getting into winter time now here at the winter solstice. And this particular Kriya that we're going to do today is something from, once again, from this fantastic book called Kriya. Page 241, Meditation to Balance the Hemispheres 2, Roman numeral 2. Another wonderful Kriya that came from the 70s. You know, it's interesting, I'm a child of the 60s, and I kind of skipped the 70s in terms of popular culture. You know, I didn't have bell bottoms, I didn't do disco. I was too busy doing yoga and meditating during that whole decade. But I have a real fondness because that was really an interesting era in Yogi Bhajan's teachings. And so this comes from 1979, February 13th, and it's really worth looking it up and reading the lecture in the Library of Teachings. It really augments what you're going to see in the book. One thing Yogi Bhajan talked about was the idea of allowing nature to serve you, and allowing things to come to you, and allowing the sahaj, the easiness of life, to happen instead of having a tremendous struggle. So basically, if you're going to cross the ocean of life or the river of life, you know, those kinds of analogies, and you know, your river or your ocean or your body of water, you know, may be calm and placid, it depends on your karma, or it may be stormy and wavy and all kinds of shipwreck may be, you know, imminent or that kind of thing. He said basically you can struggle, you can swim across, your own effort really going, or you can get into a boat and be driven across this ocean of life. And the idea of this easiness and this sahaj part is something that you can do by just creating certain kinds of alignments in your life. And that alignment in your life is your correlation between your infinite and your finite. And so you actually give up the struggle in a certain sense, and you allow the universe and Mother Nature to serve you, to help you, to really provide you what you need. Because nature is there to serve you. Mother Nature is taking care of you, whether you actually recognize it or not. I mean, look at the birds in the trees. Do they worry about, you know, their mortgage payment or whatever? Of course not. They're allowed to be served. Food comes to them. I mean, I am a great bird lover and I feed the birds, but I realize they only get a small portion of what we feed them, you know, from what the bounty of nature does to provide for them. But once you get in the state of allowing nature to serve you, then what it does is it creates this whole feeling and this uplift of gratitude. But in order to make this work within you, you have to allow the flow to happen. We're so used to, especially in Western culture, is to make the flow happen, to really force the flow, to actually get into these states where we're feeling that, you know, that actually that we so much deserve what everybody else has, that we get lost into this idea of contrast, comparison, and competition, where everything has been given to you already if you can relax and just allow it to happen. And so this particular Kriya, as I said, works with the pituitary gland. And Yogi Bhajan said, this will, if you're an he said in the lecture, if you're an insane person, if you're an idiot, this will work for you. It will take the I out of idiot, the I dot. That's one of his play of words. But he said it's super powerful. And so we're creating a rhythm once again in the pulsation of the pituitary gland. And he said start with 11 minutes and you can build yourself up to 31 minutes, but no more than 31 minutes. And so actually what I'm going to recommend doing is that we have the fantastic energy of the winter solstice on the 21st. And so on that 21st day, on the winter solstice, do this for 31 minutes. Get yourself, build yourself up. You know, after that, you can do it for the rest of the balance of the month for as long as you want. You know, up to 31 minutes. But let's practice this together for 31 minutes. One thing he did say is, be sure that you practice this so that you have time to bring yourself back into a state of equilibrium. In other words, don't practice it, run out, jump in your car, and go holiday shopping or something like that, because it is so powerful. You have to allow the integration of what you've practiced happen. So we start with the tune mantra, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, 3 times as usual. And then the mudra is very specific. You're going to do the split finger mudra with the thumbs out and away from the hands for the hemispheres of the brain. And then you're going to bring your arms up to the side so that they're comfortable. They're not all the way down, they're not held all the way up, somewhere kind of in between. Chest up high, chin level, eyes, neck and neck lock. And eyes are going to be gazing at the tip of the nose. And now there's breath and mantra with this. You're going to inhale with the hands in position in 10 segments. Then you're going to suspend the breath and mentally chant the mantra, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ha Be Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach. Then you're going to exhale in 10 parts, out in segments, and then you'll hold the breath out and chant the mantra again. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ha Be Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach. And we'll do that for 11 minutes. So I'll demonstrate to you. Alright, so we'll get ourselves in position, eyes gazing at the tip of the nose. This is what it looks like. I'm looking forward to this one this month. So, start with 11 minutes, and then gradually work yourself up so that we can do this for 31 minutes together at winter solstice. This is a great way to make this seasonal transition, to end up the year, to bring yourself into this balance of the brain hemispheres, to stimulate the pituitary gland, and to make yourself a sane, healthy person that loves life and lives in the infinite nature of ourselves. Satnam.